Welcome to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. As you know, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie is running for president, but so far he has not been able to get any traction at all. In fact, he's taken a step backwards. Embarrassingly, he didn't make the main stage at the last debate. Here to talk more about that is Bob Ingle, New York Times bestselling author of The Soprano State, and Chris Christie, The Inside Story, His Rise to Power. Arguably, he knows more about Chris Christie than any journalist, and we're proud to have you here. Thanks for coming here. What's the next book going to be called? His Fall from Power? What are you going to call it?
The Fall of House of Christie. I don't know. People send me email and call in when I do radio and have all kinds of suggestions. So
what happened? To me, it's hard to figure out.
Well, I think he had a game plan and it was going to work. And then came in Donald Trump, who stole the game plan, because he's a showman too, except he just does it a little better.
But no matter what he does, he gets rave reviews for his media appearances. Right. He gets rave reviews for his debate appearances. He's got viral videos, and people are impressed how he is on the stump. And he keeps seeming to slide in the polls. It's with his ego, this is going to be extremely frustrating to him.
I would imagine it is, and I think he and Donald Trump are pretty good friends too. But that's what happened. Trump came in. If Trump hadn't have come in, you would see Christie doing a lot better.
Well, everybody talks about the post-Trump strategy. Who gets the most bump if Donald Trump drops out of the race? Christie?
I think it's going to be Cruz, Ted Cruz. It could be Carson, but I think Carson is maybe going to be dropping out too.
And why is that?
Well, I mean, I think what finally got him was the whole thing about the pyramids. Not being for burying royalty. They were, for storing grain, according to him. He hasn't explained yet why they keep finding all those bodies in the grain storage then, And there's this other strange thing that I have never seen in my covering of politics, where he says in a book that he tried to kill this kid. And the media looked into it and said, well, we can't find that you tried to kill this kid. And he says, no, I tried to kill a kid.
Yeah, I know. It's the oddest campaign.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
No, it's not just him. But let's stay with Christie for a second, because, I mean, back in 2012, if he would have run, he would have given Romney a run for his money.
I think so. I think when it's all said and done, if he doesn't do well, and most people think he's not going to do well now, they're going to say, you know what, if he had just run in 12, he would be president.
Is there a path forward for him now? How can he regain any kind of momentum?
He's just going to have luck on his side. And when the shuffle starts, if luck is on his side and he can hold on long enough, then he may move up. But that's a really, really big if.
Now, he's put everything into New Hampshire.
Yes.
So where does he have to finish in New Hampshire to have a viable campaign going forward?
He's going to have to finish like in at least the top 4. He has put a lot there because he figured in Iowa he's not going to do so well, probably not going to do so well in South Carolina, those more conservative states, and the people in New Hampshire are different. Larry, I don't know if you've ever been up there or not, but you go around and you talk to these people and they take their politics seriously. They want to meet the candidates 3 or 4 times. So that's why people put a lot more faith in what they think than the other places.
But he gets rave reviews for these town hall meetings. They say he's the best campaigner. Yes. If you add everything up, he should be doing much better. So there seems to be something else going on.
That's right. He should be number 1 because everybody likes his town hall meetings. It's just that Trump and Carson outshine him.
How much do you think Republicans still hold the way he treated President Obama during Superstorm Sandy against him?
A lot of especially the very conservative end of the Republican Party holds that against him, and they will never forgive him for that. They think that if he hadn't have hugged Obama, that Romney would have won because it was so close to the election. The fact is, he never hugged Obama.
But he did talk effusively
Oh,
about
he said nice words about him. The president came in and he said to him, what do you need in New Jersey? I'll see that you get it. Well, I mean, I think any normal person would have said, I would have thought a lot less of him, Larry, if he had said, well, yeah, he did come in and he saved us and he saved us a lot of money, but you know what? He's a Democrat.
Well, Bob, that would have been fine. But then he went on CNN, he went on Fox News, he went on ABC. He just wouldn't stop.
He was on a roll for himself. You got to remember that. that. He has never had so much publicity as he had because of Sandy. Remember, I mean, you know, it became a joke. He would show up wearing his fleece. He went on Saturday Night Live. You couldn't turn on the TV without seeing it.
Well, that's a fascinating storyline. If he kept going on the networks talking about Obama, but he was really doing it for himself, and then that turns around to hurt him, that's a Greek tragedy.
Yes, it is. This whole campaign's been a Greek tragedy.
What do you see? I mean, if this doesn't happen for him, he would be great on Fox News. It seems like every time I turn on, he's on Fox News. It seems like he's still running a media campaign. It's just down to one channel.
Yeah, that's about right. Well, there are a lot of people who think that probably maybe, you know, that Huckabee thing of going on TV, doing his thing on TV may be the way to go. On the other hand, if you analyze what he says, he talks a lot about the Democrats and Hillary Clinton, but not so much the other candidates, which makes some people think that what he's really planning to do is try to get a cabinet position, maybe Attorney General, because he can arguably say that, you know, I've been there and done that sort of.
It's amazing to me that we are talking about the end of his campaign, but I guess justifiably so. I mean, if you can't get 2.5% to get on the main stage of a debate, it's, you know, it's Bobby Jindal time, it's Lindsey Graham time.
Right. Yeah. Well, stranger things have happened, and we are a year out. And if you look at who was leading this time 4 years ago, none of them won. Except Obama. And
everybody was burying John McCain at this time, and he ended up getting the nomination. That's right. But can he do it? There's so many people, and look, you said he put everything in New Hampshire. Right. John Kasich ended up is doing better than him in New Hampshire and getting some momentum, and he's not.
Well, I think that even if this turns around, some people fall out, they decide that they really do like Christie's style, and he does move up. Remember, there's still some things that are going to come out later on having to do with his administration in New Jersey that he would, hurdles that he would have to deal with.
So that's interesting. So if he starts doing better, and people see him as a threat, they will take him out with some things they have not had to use so far against him.
That's what they do, yes.
Did Bridgegate hurt him at all?
I don't think it hurt him out in these primary states, but I don't think they pay that much attention to that, really.
And the Republicans blame the media for that anyway.
Oh yeah, they think we made it up. We haven't heard the end of Bridgegate, but that's going to come next year. I think that it is, in the overall scheme of things, not a lot. I don't think they're talking about that much.
Always great to talk to you.
You too,
Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. Bob Ingle, New York Times best-selling author, The Soprano State, Chris Christie, the inside story of his rise to power, both New York Times best-selling books, and they're still available, right? You can go to Amazon.com?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can get one you can listen in your car while you're driving around, too.
Coming up next, more on Superstorm Sandy. Not Chris Christie's involvement, but how we're doing 3 years later when Jersey Matters continues.